Hey, welcome to the show.
What's up, everybody?
It's the Sunday Live.
I love that intro of yours, man.
Man, I got to work on a little bit on phasing it out before it jumps right over to us. It kind of goes like wide open and then boom, here we are. But Riv turned me on to that Adobe Pro. I've got it, but it's way smarter than I am. So I'm going to figure out how to make it work. Well, as you guys know, we talked about this last week. If you were here, Jason, Jody, and Tim are all at another show. So we're going to hold down the fort with our good friends, Mr. Steve Santucci, and our awesome brother, Frankie D. What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
What's up, fellas?
Oh, doing wonderful, man. I'm getting to spend some more quality time with my Huckleberry.
Right.
You were aware, though, that he actually didn't say Huckleberry in that scene, right?
Yeah, not berries, just one berry. There's only one.
No, it's Hucklebearer.
Hucklebearer.
So those little twisty curly cues things on a hearse, and back in those days, those were called the Huckle. So he was saying he was going to be a Hucklebearer.
See, nice. I call him Huckleberry because he's sweet and a little.
That's a different story.
That's the way when I bite down, is juicy.
Right. Juicy, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw it, but Mr. Santucci was holding up. I put out, there it is. We have Steve Santucci building a model car, you guys. I don't know how many of y'all follow the Insanity deal, but Steve's known for mostly his World War I era, some of his figures and that sort of stuff. And of course, his Rev War history and his reenactment. So to get him to build a car, we're super excited about having him doing that here.
Thanks, man. I'm this is gonna be the last thing I work on for a while, given I've got some renovation work going in this room, and eventually it'll be all transformed on top of that. Nice. So it's the last kit I'm working on for at least a week or two.
Yeah. A whole week.
A whole week, right? I can't say too much. I've been working on this Northeast Modify, but I leave Wednesday. Well, I'm going to work all day Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, about midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm going to start heading towards Cartersville, Georgia, because we have Acme coming up next weekend, which I know you guys are probably haven't been to that show, but that is the Super Bowl of car model shows, as far at least in the Southeast. I know, Justin, I believe you've been to the NNL East.
Not yet.
It's supposed to be comparable to that. So if you guys have been to the NNL East, the Acme show is very similar. I go every year. It's what a great time. A lot of YouTubers get together, and we end up having as much fun at the hotel and around the whole event as we do at the event itself. So if you guys get a chance to go, hit it up, man. Acme at the in Cartersville, Georgia, this coming up weekend.
Nice.
Well, did someone say Acme? There's our resident Fred is the is in the club, the Acme Club, which he'll have to tell.
Atlanta Fred?
Car Model Enthusiast, Fred. I think that's what Acme stands for. Fred's a member of that, and he's our liaison as far as the community, social media and YouTube community to his group. So great guy. I love me some Fred Henry. He also does the 10 Questions with a Modeler, which is always huge hit. If you guys have looked through my library, he actually blessed me and allowed me to hold the torch at the show there in North Carolina, where I got to be the host of the 10 Questions for a Modeler. Atlanta Car Model Enthusiast. I knew I was there. But yeah, what a great time, man. We had a lot of fun up there, and I am so looking forward to this weekend, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is like I said, this is our Super Bowl. Nice. Nationals, if you will, that type of thing. But that being said, how's everything going with y'all? Check is still pending. Thanks, Fred. What's going on with y'all? Tooch, you said you're working on your 69 Camaro. Frankie D, what are you working on, brother?
So I have not been producing. I've just been so busy, things going on. But I'm doing a secret build right now. I didn't want to mention it in the Discord because I've been getting some grief. Okay. But
from Rev.
Well, from Riv, Adams has been a pain in the ass, and he probably is watching this. So I pulled out a kit.
Track on us.
This is a Mini Art T55. I've started another kit as a buddy build with Frankie Perrone, But this is anyone's built mini art, you'll understand where the peptic ulcer and duodenal ulcers come from. This thing captured my eye. It's like it's a black tank used in Libya to blow shit up, and so whenever you build these mini art kits, for those interested, they want you to do the suspension on the bottom first, and it's about 150 pieces to do all these, but they have you lock them in, and they're wobbly AF. They don't come together well. So I took this kit as an experiment to see if building it with the sides on it, getting the tub done, and then doing the suspension will work out better. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Plus, it's the only like almost all black tank I've seen. Where's the there you can see. So I found some pictures on a website, but this is what she's going to look like when she's done. She's in a black green, and it just looks badass. I'm going to try to build it.
Hell yeah.
Get out of my funk.
Yeah, it does.
Well, before everybody starts clicking off and thinking, oh, it's armor aircraft, we are actually building a tank as a group here on the Sunday show. So don't click off. We're not switching over to tanks, but oh, there it is. Frankie got him a car too.
So I was going to start this, but I haven't seen Stuart Malone in a while, and he's got this exact kit. So we're gonna do it as a buddy build because neither one of us are big on cars. But this is a Minicraft 1/16 scale 1919 Hispano Suiza. So
Nice.
if anyone's built this that's on, anything in the comments
let's
would be appreciated before I jump into
Yeah,
this.
let's blow it up real quick. There you go.
Look at that, blow it up, baby.
Look at that. That's Minicraft, so that's going to be like a lot of pieces, right? I mean, I know they're famous for that.
No, that's mini art.
Oh, mini art. Okay, I'm sorry. Minicraft. I actually have some 1/16 scale Minicraft stuff, and it's but they love their 31 Fords for whatever reason. It's all in 16 scale, and all their 31 Fords are everyone you can think of. With that being said, Mr. Tooch, Glenn has a question for you. I don't know if you can hear it, but
Yeah, I saw that. No, I don't do Silly War, but I might know some of those people.
Silly War.
Talking about classic, I mean, I could go back to the birth of automobiles.
Daimler Benz.
Minicraft.
Is that not the Daimler Benz that Mercedes Benz wife drove all over to prove that it was a reliable vehicle? Yep.
Yeah, and this one I would strip of all its colors.
Hold that box up again, Tooch.
Oh, dude, this is old, man.
No, it's not just that. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one or one he made at the Lucerne Automotive Museum when I was a kid.
I think it might be in Lucerne. Yeah, I believe so. And there's one at Mercedes. I think Benz has one. So this is a build I think I want to do very accurately in color, not build it in the plastic color that it appears on here.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember my history, and what's up, Ed? His wife, they were worried about reliability, and his wife was such the marketing person that she jumped in and drove it like across Germany or something. I mean, she drove it really long ways.
Yeah, to show that it wasn't dangerous. The best part is I'm looking at the box art. They just assembled it, and what's cracking me up is you can see the mold seams.
You see the mold seams in it.
Yeah. They just built it.
Of course, that was back when they thought that the human body couldn't stand going 30 miles an hour, right? That would fall apart. You know, they
the trains couldn't go that fast, right? Yeah, you're 100%. We can't go that fast, man.
That's it. Little did they know. What about you, Bad Santa? What are you working on, buddy?
I am working on a couple of things here. I am working on the Ryefield Sherman to go along with our buddy build,
right?
And some diabetes.
Diabetes.
care of Dave McGibbons.
I got into my diabetes last night. I did some house sitting, dog sitting for my sister who's out of town, which reminds me, anybody in Phoenix, Arizona, in California, now's a good reason to leave. The redheaded hellfire soul-sucking woman that is my sister is on her way. So get out now while you can. I pick on her because she's my sister, but I love her to death. But she had a bunch of bags of candy there ready for Halloween. And I texted her, I'm like, is this my bonus? And she was like, no, but you're welcome to have some. And then as I'm in the refrigerator, I look up and she's got some chocolate flavored Crown Royal. I'm like, ooh, you
Oh
want
my
to give me
God.
diabetes times 2? She said, you stay out of my liquor. But now her and my nephews are on vacation, so I had to go over and take care of my furry nephew.
That sounds
Your
naughty.
furry
furry.
nephew.
Yeah, he's a 200-pound Rottweiler, but he's as gentle as a baby. But
Nice.
and I hear you guys asking, Mike, what are you working on? And yes,
You
I
need to
do
hear
steal
that.
that straight from Mr. BG. Let me go ahead and blow myself up,
Ooh.
which is not as easy as it sounds, especially when
Well.
you're overweight.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that belly's going to get in the way, man. But you blow, boy, you blow.
That's it. But there's my chassis for my Northeast Modified. The light's kind of blurring it out because it's a
Nice.
lot of white. But those of you that remember, I'm building this for my brother who has the 1-to-1 car. I did get my first coat of Pepsi Blue on the body.
Oh, nice.
So that's the first coat there. It's now been color sanded. So I'm going to get ready for the next coat, and we'll do the inside next. You can see where I had it taped on the inside here on top of a spray can. So we'll get the blue in there, color coat that or color sand that, and then get the blue on the outside and do it probably at least 2 more times. And then we'll be ready for first coat of clear, decals, and another coat of clear on top of that. So excited about it.
Nice.
Yep, Ed's 100% right. Please do not forget to hit that like button, man. It helps us out a
Smash
bunch.
it. Smash it,
Smash
man.
it. Just
Like
Hulk
and follow.
smash it. Just Hulk smash it.
We got to get Mike out of that shed and back into his new
New shed.
Right?
new
Yeah,
shed.
gotta get me out of here and get me into there. And I've been working on that. Frankie, you reminded me of that the other day when you asked me if I got my kits moved over. And I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of work. There's
did.
Keith McGregor. What's up, Keith? I can't do the Irish thing or the Scottish thing, but good to see you, buddy.
I'm glad you corrected yourself because he may come through the screen and slap you with his
Right.
sword.
With a Scottish sword. But yeah, you
Slap
never
you
know
with his
how
tartan.
you never know how much crap you got until you start moving it. It doesn't matter if you do models or not. If you start moving it out of one room to another, you didn't realize how much stuff you got.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, look at Tooch, right? He's getting that new HVAC, so it'll be his turn to be able to, right? I think that's the best thing for guys, even like everyone listening in, right? It's when you're forced to do that reno or you're forced to fix something, and it's like, okay, my task avoidance on my model bench area is now going to be enacted, right? So
Yep.
you need to do it. Tooch is going to be doing it. One day, Justin will do it, and I just did it not long ago.
Picking up what you're putting down.
I'm laying it flat, brother.
Yeah, I was just fixing to say, Fred's moving from one location to another. I guess they're pretty close together, but he's having to renovate one home and get the other home ready to move in, and he had to move all his stuff. And I'm like, I do not envy you, buddy. I'm just moving from here. I'm not moving 100 yards from here to the outside building. I have wore a path between here and there. The carpet and the hardwood floors got just wore out from me going back and forth.
That's awesome. Oh,
But again, talking about that black tank, we're keep bringing it up, but we're doing that tank here. I plan on doing that Korean Tamiya kit, the one with the face on it.
yeah. You know why they did those, right? So with the Chinese army invading and their belief in mythology and in the spirit world and stuff like that, the logic was you painted those big fierce cat lion paintings was to strike fear into the enemy.
Oh, okay, it makes
That's
sense.
why just in Korea you'll see a bunch of Shermans and probably some Pershings that are painted with those faces, those like lion kind of cat-like faces in there, and that was to put some fear because your enemy were for the most part just peasants, right? Guys picked off a field, no education, can't read or write. So and I always find that they make them look so cool. Like it does look cool when the
Yeah, it does look really cool. Yeah,
As if a freaking Sherman rolling at you wasn't scary enough, right?
right.
Let's paint it up like a tiger.
well, it's green and it kind of blends in, so you don't notice it, right?
Right.
It's like when guys come into our Discord wearing camo tops. I'm like, well, I didn't see you. My plan actually is I'm going to take a picture of my stash and I'm going to get it printed on a T-shirt, and then I'm coming in, and I'm just going to blend right in, baby.
Right, just never know.
That's genius.
Well, thank you.
Brian brought up a good point, and Justin and I tried to figure it out last week. Frankie, you're a producer on the Friday night show, and I know you do a lot of work behind the scenes with the Insanity Show. Do you have any idea how to take our link for the Discord and put it up here on this in our chat?
Well, yeah, you just copy it over.
I don't know how to copy it.
Okay, hold on. Let me just see. Give me a sec here, brother.
Because if we can figure out how to do that and post it at the top, that would be awesome.
Out all sorts of things, my friend. Malcar Podcast.
Brian says he was at GraniteCon. That's where the boys are. They're at GraniteCon, so he must have ran into them, and he got some cool kits.
Nice.
Mr. Dave McGibbon. Poor Dave. He came into the Discord, and we started talking about Jeeps, and I just went on a roll. I think 2 hours later, I was a Rob Riv. I didn't come up for air for 2 hours. When I came back, nobody was in the Discord. They're all like, tired of hearing about Jeeps.
Yeah.
Well, in 1941, and that's where it started. But
you'll have to excuse my typo, but there you go, brother.
See, is it? So let me see. Is it? It's not. I'm not seeing it here. Did I miss it?
I put it up in the chat. I posted a comment.
Did you put it up in the private chat? Nope. All right. So you're coming in. You should, because you're not coming in through Justin's or mine. You're coming in through here. See, there's something.
I put it in the comment section, and it's got me grayed out.
How many middle-aged men does it take to figure out technology?
Right.
Right
Frankie,
now, a Canadian and a Floridian.
There's
We'll
the link.
see.
Oh,
We'll
private
pick up
chat.
Kentucky in there eventually.
All right.
So
Now
there's
let
the
me
link.
see if I can. I might be able to do it from here.
Yeah. So in the
Copy
comment
link.
section, I'm grayed out, so you might see it in there. But I gave you the private chat, the link. So just post that
All
with everyone, and they should be able to get into the Discord.
Paste. Ooh, that might work. There it is. There it is.
Look, Jason just posted it too.
Now how
Well,
to.
Jason's watching.
No,
He
whenever
is.
I,
You're posting as him.
whenever I make a comment, it comes up as both mine and his. Put user in timeout, delete comment. No, don't want to do
Does
that.
he know that?
So there you go, buddy. Anyway, at least everyone's got it in the chat now.
There we go. We got it. I highlighted it, and I'll highlight it on Jason's as well. In fact, I think I can show it. There it is. Tucha kind of blocks out your name, but we'll go ahead and leave that up there for the rest of the show.
We know who
And
you
that
are.
way there,
Okay.
everybody can see it. It doesn't hide you too bad. Just kind of blocks out your corner down there. But we'll
Mike,
leave that
can
up there.
can you copy the link and put it in the scrolling banner on the bottom?
That I might be able to do as well. Hang on just a minute.
You're really asking a lot of this.
Well, I mean,
It's just
I wanna
some
be able to
ideas.
do it.
That's all. Just some ideas.
Let me see.
He's only a one idea per hour kind of guy.
Right, you're gonna overload the circuit, and then I'll be screwed. Banner. Let's see if I can create a banner.
Glenn, it's not a terrible kit. It is one of their older ones. But I'm going to say don't hesitate. He was asking about the M41 Walker Bulldog.
It's a good quick build if you want to learn the minimal aspects of tank construction.
Yeah,
But-
for $20,
You can't go wrong.
you can't go wrong. It'll fit. It won't be a frustrating experience. It's a very poorly detailed tank, and but for your first time, absolutely. My other recommendation, if anyone's listening, is again anything Tamiya. You can't go wrong. But if you can find a Trumpeter KV tank, it's a Russian tank, especially the older builds. So Trumpeter's boxes used to be red on the sides. They're blue-gray now. But if you can find a KV tank in those red boxes, they're still out there. They average for under $25. And you're talking about a beautiful kit, bulletproof. It's got steel barrel, copper cable, 2 sets of tracks. You can go with rubber band, or you can actually have really nice Lincoln length tracks. An amazing and very forgiving learning experience. That's my other recommend for anyone getting into that.
Jody was, I don't know if he was complimenting me or setting me up for failure, which I think I did that all on my own. But he was saying when I bought that Korean tank, I went out and I talked to Mr. Liu. Mr. Liu hooked me up with the Panzer Art tracks. Yeah, they're really nice, but there's about a gazillion pieces in there. And I've never done any of this stuff, right? The one tank that I built was last year for the turkey thing.
Turkey shoot, yeah.
Turkey shoot. That was a 1/72nd scale tank. Frank, one of the ones I sent to you, Frankie, is one of the ones I built, the Russian one. So this is going to be my first, bigger scale. But I bought the Panzer Art tracks. I bought the ET models brass photo etch, and I brought the barrel. I mean, I bought everything you could get for it, and I'm like, I'm either going to sink or I'm going to look like a hero. That's why I'm going to
start this one.
Well, soon. I got to start this when I get done with the modified.
You know what? Like, and I'd ask car guys for advice if I'm building something, but if nothing else, the tracks in the barrel, use those. Those are easy. You'll be good to go. I'd worry less about the photo etch, right? It's like if I'm got car kits, I'm not doing wiring, right? I'm not interested in doing the red or black wires.
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. Cabling it up, but definitely baby steps will help you. Which kit was it, by the way? You bought a Panther?
I bought the Panzer Art tracks. Hang on just a second. Fred, have a good night, buddy. Take care, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next weekend. It's the Panzer Art.
No, the model kit.
The model kit is the Tamiya Sherman
Easy 8, the Easy 8 Korean War.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
That's the buddy build we're doing.
Yeah, that's the buddy build. Everybody in our group is doing the Tamiya one, except for you. You're doing the one that you had the same tank, just a different manufacturer.
Oh, so his is going to look nicer.
His is gonna look nicer.
I just didn't want to have to buy another one because I already had it. So,
well, speaking of Easy 8, and I'm not talking about my prom date because she was really good. She was Easy 7. I actually got a set right here, a brand new set of CRS Tank Works set me up, and he gave me. They just came out with these Easy 8 T80 tracks.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking at probably picking myself up an Easy 8 so that I can give these tracks a go. Frankie Blanton already built them, but I got these from him, so I'm looking forward to trying those out.
Send me the information on that because I'm really not interested in the Ryfield Models tracks.
Oh, you mean the 30 pieces per track?
And you know what?
Yeah. And they have to be glued together.
Yeah.
CRS, by the way, we met them at AMPS Nationals. We did an interview with Corey.
Yeah.
Can't beat their price, man. And they're in Virginia, so no international shipping. And I think he charges about $30 for the set of resin tracks.
That's not bad.
Dave, yes, the turkey shoot, which you will hear a lot about on this show and during our the Model Car Mania show. And if you listen to Insanity, you'll be hearing a lot about it. It's upcoming. It's during the Thanksgiving weekend, and the concept is to build something that's out of your wheelhouse. For example, last year I built.
But it's not required. It's not required.
It's not required.
Yeah.
So should we discuss like the premise of this whole?
Let's do it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you guys are way more educated than I am on it. So tell the world about turkey shoot.
So, like, as a kid who grew up in North Jersey in the 70s and 80s, I remember right before Thanksgiving, we used to go to the American Legion, and they used to have a turkey shoot where you shot at targets, and the best per round get a free turkey for Thanksgiving. So, you know, we hit upon this from one of the Mansfield group up in was it New Hampshire?
Vermont.
Kind of
Yeah,
the Vermont guys.
Yep.
We piggybacked on them a few years before the pandemic, and it was just fun because it was nostalgic. Like around the holidays, you would just you had a couple days off as a kid, and you just build like a maniac, and you didn't care what it turned out to be.
Right.
So it was just a lot of fun. And since we were we're all kind of home here in the United States for the most part, we figured what a great way to kind of bond and escape the politics of our families and build something, but build something that you need to finish. Well, you need to finish so you don't face the
The wrath.
shit.
Right.
The public
But you gotta
shaming.
do something
Yeah.
like you do something different. You kind of do something out of your wheelhouse. Like I've done planes. I did a space plane, it's like a Japanese anime plane. They have it again. I might pick it up again at AAA next week. But it's something that you do. Actually, some of the things that I built ended up becoming part of a much bigger project down the road. I built a Hunley sub. I built a wooden dock for it based upon a painting. Yeah, like the Hanabra.
I built this during the last turkey shoot.
Nice.
But you got to remember, we start at midnight, at the stroke of midnight on Wednesday into Thursday, and we'll have the Discord. The Discord's always open for people to pop in and out. Whenever you get up, you get on, and you just build when you can. But the idea is to be done by midnight Sunday. Post pictures. I know in years past we've made we've done it in calendars. We made calendars out of it. So.
And what's really funny too, Mike, is that before I met Tooch and Justin and like me and Adams, we used to do these up here in Canada beforehand. So IPMS Ottawa, the Ottawa Club, which I used to be a member of when I lived there, ended up having at Easter, they called it the Bunny Build, same concept. And then we also we didn't call it a turkey shoot, but it was called Blitz Build. That's the term that we used. Yeah. And we would do one. So Easter, Canadian Thanksgiving is in October, so it was great for us because we do the Blitz Build in October, then do the turkey shoot in November. And same premise was the Ottawa guys would set up a Zoom, and it would run nonstop. Anyone out there that remembers the old movie MASH or read the book, there used to be the Painless Poles Never-Ending Poker Game.
Okay.
Because the dentist, he had a poker game right. So that's what we call the weekend. It's sort of like a never-ending build session, and so we did it up here. I hook up with these guys years ago, and they're like, "Oh, come do the turkey shoot. You want us to explain it?" And Adams and I were like, "Oh, hell no, we know what this is." All in, man, all in.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, and you know what? So I encourage anyone. Like, I mean, if you're local, even if you don't want to join ours, it's a great way to just reconnect with guys when you're hanging out. And you get to avoid your family.
Perfect, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, key is to pick a kit depending on your schedule. So if you have to work Friday, Saturday, make sure you're picking a kit that you can suitably construct in your time frame that you have. But the window is midnight Thanksgiving morning to midnight Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And when Adams and I join up, because we don't have Thanksgiving, it's not a long weekend. So for us, we're building over the 2 days that we have available. So
yeah, but you're a freaking machine, Frankie. You can build like 1,000-piece kit overnight.
Not talk about my sex life right now. Jacques Hammer is closed for today. Yeah, I hear you. But it's so much fun.
We have something similar. It's called that's real big in the car side. It's called 48-hour group build, and it's just that. You got 48 hours to build a kit. Same premise as the turkey shoot. That when it first started used to be a once a month thing, which is a lot, right? To do it once a month. But the guy that's running it now, a really good guy, Craig, he's got it to where it's a once a year thing. The other one that's a fast build like that is we have a 24-hour group build, but that one, not a lot of people get involved with that. But the egg plane one is another one on our side that we got involved with. But the 48-hour group build is always a really good time. Last year, Jason and I on this channel hosted to let people come in, and we had it on our Discord as well. Oh, Keith McGregor says he didn't know you were Canadian, Frank. He was born in Thunder Bay.
I won't hold it against him. We can still talk. Keith
McGregor.
Oh, you want to talk about cold? Go to Thunder Bay.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. My 13 years in Vermont was enough cold for me. If I go back now, I'm at a ski resort somewhere where I'm looking out over the mountains and there's snow and snow bunnies, and I don't have to go out in it. I just throw another log on the fire.
Yeah, I know Thunder Bay is at the end of Lake Superior, and it's fucking cold. Like the air, your tires will go flat from the cold. It's minus 40, minus 52 is not unknown for December, January, February.
Hey, that's cool. That is cool.
And then there's jokes about the women, but I won't say them on this live.
we try to keep it family
know.
oriented here. But circling back to the turkey shoot this year, and I don't have it handy, but I was able to win a set. Justin helped me out on this because I know you already built it. A 72nd scale. Is it a bomber that I got? I can't remember what it is. Hang on,
I can't remember what you said it was too.
You have already built it, but it was a 72nd scale airplane.
I remember talking about it, but I can't remember the specifics of the conversation.
I don't know what I've done with it. So.
Was it a Devastator? Was it a Dauntless?
Oh, yes. It is the torpedo bomber, the Avenger.
The Avenger. Ooh.
Yeah, never built one. So excited about getting that on the table and doing my first. I've never built an airplane, like I said, other than the egg plane. I had never built one, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Really had a great time last year hanging out. I mean, the calendar thing, we won't bring that up, will we, Justin?
You chill the fuck out.
Justin didn't make the calendar that year.
No, there was some what do you want to call them? Some sort of errors. There was some clerical errors. Yeah. Apparently, there's some guy that'll probably never build the turkey shoot again because his name got put next to my tank. And I'm sure if he built something, it was better than what I built, and he'll never enter again. He's mad. Never heard from the guy again. Jason's got misspelled, but at least it was kind of where it's at. Rob Atlantis says, afternoon, Jen said he uses the term loosely, and you used it correctly when you used it loosely when you referred to us.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Again, for those of y'all that are just tuning in, Jason, Jody, and Tim are all out at the, I believe it's the Granicon show.
Yep. Granicon.
They're up there having a good time there. The Discord link that you see up at the bottom of the screen is the link to the Car Model Mania link, and I'll be going in there probably an hour or so after we get done here, probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll be in there, so y'all are welcome.
Some even call it the Model Car Mania.
The Model Car Mania. Is that fair, huh?
You said Car Model Mania.
Model Car Mania podcast. I know I said it right because there's the sticker.
You be nice to my Huckleberry.
Right, Huckleberry.
Always.
Oh, shit.
Just a little.
So you guys are recording again, or you just recorded?
We just recorded. Yep.
So you'll have another drop coming out shortly?
Yes, BG is on vacation, and he is going to be editing it while he is away.
Excellent. That's good. I'm looking forward to hearing the next one. You guys did a great job on the first one. So
thank you.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Right.
Long time, first time.
Long time, first time. Nothing wrong with that. Tooch, how's that Camaro coming along?
The pipes, for the engine, they're two-part, very funky.
Are those pipes? The pipes are calling.
The pipes. Yeah.
Finish it. I'll send you another one.
Oh, that's a nice one. That is a nice Camaro right there. That's
What year's
that ball is
70
and a half.
70. It looks like a Pontiac.
It's got the split grill in it. That was a limited run, and those.
Frankie, you should build it.
I am not a GM fan of any sorts, especially anything after 74. And I'll get into that if you want to. I'll share why if you want to. But...
Please. I'd love nothing more to hear you.
Okay.
Wax nostalgic.
1974, AMC and GM get together. You gotta get right here. Just we're phasing into 1974. For those of you that know me that know that I'm a huge AMC fan. I love anything AMC. 1974, GM and AMC get together. GM's developing a rotary motor, and they're all in. Right, they're gonna do this. AMC spent $7 million developing what we know today as the Pacer, and they were supposed to have that rotary motor. Now, that would have been one of the first American cars with a rotary motor in it. And that Pacer, if you look at it and if you know a little bit about it, it's got a lot of firsts, a lot of firsts. First rack and pinion steering from a American car. The door on the passenger side was 4 inches longer to let people get in and out. There was a lot of first-time stuff on that Pacer. There also was 600 and some odd cubic inches of glass, but which is besides the point. But so they get ready to release the Pacer in 75, 76, and GM pulled out of the rotary motor. So AMC had to struggle to put the 6-cylinder and the 4-cylinder in it, and it really threw AMC back. And it was the nail in the coffin. It just took them a few more years before they finally died. So anything after 74, when it comes to GM, I absolutely do not support.
I'm like that with country music.
It's changed.
I'm serious, man. Anything after, listen, I was listening to Marty Robbins earlier today, right? And I got the old one eyebrow up from my daughter. Like, what the hell?
You know, what the hell is that, right?
Because I was listening to EDM before that. She didn't really get the whole transition.
It's quite contrast.
But yeah, like country music, anything after 74, nothing.
See,
I like when it was the two types, country and western, right?
See, for me, it's anything. Probably the Garth Brooks era. I think whenever he got real big is when I started phasing out. I'm a big George Strait fan, but
I do like George.
Yeah,
I'm going to give George props. I even liked his movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie, Pure Country. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. So I George, I'm good with you. But
I liked Randy Travis and Black Dog.
Randy was a good actor and a good singer too, because he kept it old school though. They kept it old school. My the whole outlaw thing around my my name and my one-to-one business and all that came from a Waylon Jennings album. And it started out with the tattoos. I've got Renegade Outlaw tattooed on my forearms, and the name of the album was Renegade Outlaw Legend. And that's that old outlaw country from back in the day that him and Willie and Merle Haggard and all that old outlaw country. I was real big into it, and that's where that whole outlaw thing came from me is from Waylon Jennings.
Nice. Well, now we know a little bit more about Mike.
Yep, you're right, Rob. That the Pacer story is GM Holden produced at Kingswood and sold it as a Mazda Pacer with a rotary engine. They, for whatever reason, GM pulled the plug on that, or at least in the States. I don't know if they did it elsewhere, but in the States they pulled that. But that Pacer, when they first sold, it's funny. It's funny when they first sold, they couldn't make them fast enough, right? Yeah. They were selling them hand over fist.
Would you say they couldn't keep pace?
They couldn't keep pace with the Pacer.
Oh my Lord!
This is why we don't let you talk.
Right. So 77, 78, they started having real problems. Right, they were producing them so fast that you'd shut the door on a brand new one, and the panel would fall off the inside. The dash would fall out of them. The quality control went out the window. And but one of them. Big shots, the president asked the big marketing guy, how's the Pacer doing? And the guy said, everybody that wanted one bought one last year, and that was it. We don't got no more. They ain't buying them no more. But always been a big fan of AMC because they had the Jeep for a long time. They bought it from Kaiser. Kaiser owned it during the Vietnam era. That's where your M17 and M715, M715 and the M716, which was the Jeep truck and the Jeep ambulance. Same as the old Chrysler Power Wagon or Dodge Power Wagon ones. So that was the one that took it over. I had a couple of those M715s. Those things are absolute beasts. A lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, the 78, 79 Power Wagon.
Yeah.
The one from Simon & Simon. That's a if I had the money and I had to have some toys,
that's one of them.
I want Rick Simon's Power Wagon with the big giant wooden bumper and the orange and black, and yep, I love that thing.
That's a huge
trucks.
They were, yeah, exactly. And you're right, Lance. The rotary motor couldn't make fuel economy. They could have put more money into it and figured it out, but they decided to ditch it. And
they said let Mazda do it.
Yeah, they let somebody else figure it out. And they're right. AMC definitely does not get enough credit for their design. They were the mutts. They really were mutts because they would use if the perfect example and one that's very very much understated. Right when so 1986, Lee Iacocca bought out AMC, and all he wanted was the Jeep brand. Right, he bought the Jeep brand from AMC, which put AMC under. They were already going under anyway. But long story short, the YJ, which is the first year that Chrysler owned the Jeep brand, the most people know it as the square headlight Jeep. It's the only Jeep with square headlights. And they thought that Chrysler was going to ruin the brand by putting square headlights on this Jeep, right? I mean, that was a big deal in 1986 when this thing came out, 87. But the real truth is AMC designed it with the square headlights because Philips, and I can't think of the other headlight manufacturer that supplies headlights to the big companies, was going to make their main production line a square headlight because of the new minivans that had just come out. Remember, Lee Iacocca and all them had just come up with them new minivans that had all square headlights.
That saved
So instead-
Chrysler.
Yeah.
That saved
So
the
instead
Chrysler.
instead of the round headlight being the main production for Philips, which of course would be the cheaper, right? If you're stomping out millions of these round ones, they're cheaper than anything else. So they got the heads up from Philips that they were going to be stomping out square headlights were going to be the cheap ones. So they just adjusted their grill and hood to fit it. But the fact that AMC got out, Chrysler took over, and it had square headlights in the Jeep community, that was huge. That was a big deal. And that also has nothing to do with models. And this is a model show, so let's talk about models.
I was just gonna
I
say,
mean-
are we falling into that Jeep trap again?
Yeah, I'm bad about it.
Wait, hold on.
So-
Hold on. There's a model of a Jeep, circa 1943,
There you go.
with a
Yay.
field modification armor,
Nice.
and all four wheels firmly sit flush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I got I'm working on a 1939 Chevy.
There you go.
Ooh,
All right.
I mean, you were working on it.
Well, it's because it made me angry, and when I get angry, models die.
Three-wheel, 1940s German three-wheel vehicle. Basically,
That thing's cool. That thing is
It is.
really
They,
cool.
they made a whole bunch of them with van cabs and
Right.
stuff, little pie wagons,
Okay.
delivery.
Well, here, this is what this
Got a
one will
motor.
end up looking like.
Oh, rocket launchers.
Nice.
Katusha. These are the models. So these are the model kits, and I'll bring it up again because I brought it up on a car page. You know, that's a mini art kit, but these are the car models. Like I'm an armor guy. Well, I'm an armored fighting vehicle guy. I don't mind just like tracked or wheeled. I like military fighting vehicles. I enjoy building those things. I'm a real big fan of the weathering process. But I started building these Braille scale rocket launchers. The little Braille scale is 1/72nd. So I was building these old, Tooch remembers, he was with me when I bought them. I had these old ICM kits. I built rocket launchers. And then I got into the bigger ones, and I'm sitting here going, and then a buddy of mine bought for me a 70 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Revell kit to build. And I'm looking at this kit and I'm going, these car guys are getting fucked because I'm building these rocket launchers, these truck chassis vehicles, and I've got every single component of the undercarriage completely detailed, assembled, suspension, drive arms, everything. And the engine is like, the engine alone in some of these truck kits are 30, 40 pieces. And then I go and I pull out the CUDA, and it's got a 2-piece engine and a 1-piece, you know what I mean? So I had posted, I said, how do you car guys feel about like the complete lack of really good detailed car models that you can really sink your teeth into without, you know, and no disrespect, but without having to buy a ton of shit from all these other different guys that are making stuff? Like, you know, do you ever feel robbed? Because I'm paying the same that you're paying for some of your car kits, and I am getting 600, 700, 800 piece truck kits that are absolutely fantastic.
My personal opinion on that is and this is just me guessing, I don't know that to be a fact, but they've been, you know, even Rob Adams brings up a lot that the molds and some of these kits are, you know, from the 60s. And it's my opinion that they produce them because they still sell, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing.
100%.
And then the guys like myself that want to upgrade it thank God for 3D printing, we're allowed to do that now. Now, that's, like I said, that's just my opinion. I know that it cost a ton of money to make a new mold and to do this stuff, but I think with 3D printing being able to use that as the prototype, and then be able to work off of that, that might help us out a little bit. But you're not wrong in that, you know, the military kits tend to be way more detailed than our car kits.
It's got to be a risk adversity, because these little companies in the Ukraine, because shockingly, like 3 or 4 of them alone are Ukrainian based. There's some Czech, you know, Lithuanian with look at Copper State, right? They're taking a risk because they're making stuff that no one's made before, and they're producing it, and they're getting their money back, because Copper State was an airplane company in Arizona, made World War I aircraft, and then it got bought out, moved to Lithuania, and from Lithuania they said, "Oi, what do you want to try? Let's try make armored car." So they've made an armored car, and they've made some of the best World War I armored vehicles that you can buy on the market now. I bought the Canadian gun truck. It's the first armored vehicle with guns from World War I, and that kit was impeccable, and I've seen the real one. So, you know, it's almost like, is AMT, are these companies risk averse? Because you're right, if that's all you get, that's what you're going to buy, and guys are going to, but it's a never-ending cycle, because, well, if I want to build anything, I don't have a choice. This is what I got to buy. And they're going to go, well, they're still buying it, so I'm going to keep making it. It's almost like, it's like modelers, right? It's like we talk about, like when we talk about judging and stuff like that. It's time for the dinosaurs, and I know they've laid some eggs, but it's time for the dinosaurs to become extinct, and let the 4-chambered hearts and the mouth breathers, you know, start to get things going, right? That we can make some positive change. I'm not saying I'm going to go and pay for some new molds for a car kit, but like, goddamn, like, you guys deserve so much more in your hobby just for the sheer enjoyment of it. Because I think anyone who takes that chance and comes out with something, you know, a goat, because everyone seems to like the goat. So someone's make the goat and make it into a detailed mini art type kit, and I guarantee you're going to sell.
Right. Much like manufacturers nowadays, they do Spitfires, Mustangs, ME-109s, Shermans, Tigers. They all sell. So go all out on the GTO, on a Mustang, on a Camaro, and start your new line from there, because people will buy those.
Yeah. And the marketing, you know what I say to marketing? I say, let's go and take a look at the 3 largest car manufacturers in the world. Oh, none of the Detroit 3 are there anymore. So maybe ease up on your licensing, and people will start buying your product, and you'll maybe get a bit more market share once again. Just my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, Lance and Brian both brought up good points. I had Lance's point up there earlier. The Japanese company make very detailed kits. Tamiya, Hasegawa, all those guys.
Do they make American car stuff? Because a lot of those Asian manufacturers, they make post 1975, 80, 90s.
Yeah, most of your Japanese manufacturers are going to make your Skylines, and they're doing really good. But again, my opinion, what does Tamiya, Oshima, and all them other kits offer? Now, those of us that have done a little bit of research know that the Gundam world in Asia and they're paying for the kits, everything else that we're doing, whether it be armor or it be automotive. Those Gundam kits are so big over there that's where their main money's coming in from, which allows them the ability to gamble on a tank that has more detail, or an aircraft that has more detail or is more accurate, where your AMTs, your Revels, I mean, Revels usually pretty good about detail, but they're nothing compared to a Tamiya kit. That's why Tamiya kits are even in the automotive world, or top line kits. But they don't have that backup though. They don't have that Gundam money coming in to be able to afford to take that gamble.
No, well, Tamiya has the RC money.
That's where my point of the manufacturers nowadays they do their fallback of their Shermans, their Tiger tanks, their Panthers. Then in the airplane world, it's the Spitfires, the Mustangs, the Messerschmitts, and the Corsairs. that is the Gundam of the aircraft and tank world. They make those kits. They do a new retooled version of those. They sell no matter what. People have built dozens and dozens of Shermans. They're going to buy a new Sherman, and then that will fund the next crazy thing.
But I still drag my knuckles and I chew my pencils. I ain't no rocket genius here, but the Japanese companies get licensed. They license the Japanese automotive manufacturers. Obviously, the price point's good enough. Why aren't the other manufacturers learning from that? Because I guarantee you, brand loyalty is a thing. And these 13-year-olds that get to build Skylines and stuff, I'm sure, Nissan ain't hurting I know they aren't. I got 3 of them. But Nissan ain't hurting for sales in Japan because, you've got that market share, market loyalty, right?
But Brian runs, or I don't know if he owns or runs. He runs a hobby store. At least runs a hobby store. Maybe owns it. I'm not sure. But he's not wrong about the licensing. Ford, Chevrolet, all them, they charge you out the nose to be able to.
And that's the thing. That's the American manufacturers. They want their money, no matter how they're going to get it. Whether they're going to sell a new car or they're going to charge you to be able to use it. So the car world is also up against that as well.
I call them friends. They're I've done interviews and talked to the guys at JR Salvino's. Now they make American racing cars from mostly NASCARs, and they're now getting into Indy cars. But they have to pay. Not only do they have to pay NASCAR to use that brand, to use those cars, whether the old ones and the new ones, they have to commit to certain, and I don't know the details, but they have to say, we're going to produce this many, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And they have to be approved before they ever get released. That NASCAR has to look over the boxing. They have to look over the stuff, and they still have to pay NASCAR for all that. Now that reflects back onto the price of the kit as well. They gotta get their money back.
And then go to Jason Rothgeb's point that the average car modeler balks at spending more than $30 for a kit or 40% off every 2 weeks at Hobby Lobby. So there's that issue as well.
Yeah, and I mean that goes over to our hobby too. Like Tyler just texted me and he's like, Frank, where should I get? I want to get a mini art kit. What store is the best store to buy it from? I'm like, dude, your best place to buy mini art, if you're on a budget, is at a vendor at a show, because they're going for 80, 100, 120 bucks now for some of these kits, right? Like I'd like to get the Puma from RFM, or even the AK one, but they're going for 120, 140 bucks up here right now. And I like to eat.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not calling out the people that don't want to spend the money, because not everybody has the money to spend.
Yep.
But that is a big hurdle for the manufacturer of American car models has to deal with as well.
Yeah, and you got to pay the sponsors, and we know that because I got the Formula One car kits were really popular, and nobody can buy Marlboro decals anymore. When I'm a past president for IPMS Canada, and we talked about decal sheets and talking about doing more decal sheets, and they let me know that maybe 25 years ago they released a decal sheet which you got as part of the membership once a year. One of the things you got was a decal sheet, and they had U.S. Marine Corps logos.
Oh, nice.
And you want to talk about a company that protects its brand? Yeah, USMC, right? They had to pull it because nope, you can't use the fouled anchor.
Brian was saying to correct me. Brian was saying he does not own the shop, but he has worked there for 25, almost 26 years. So
yeah, I met Brian at the Classic Plastic Show. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we're going up there in December. When I come up, we're going to go down and you guys are definitely a little far away, but we're going to go down to his shop on the 14th of December. He's going to open up early for us and let us take a little tour and hang out with him down there. So we're excited about that. But
that's cool.
Yeah, Nationals next year, Mikey. Nationals next year.
Nationals next year is in Alabama, right?
No. That's 27.
Okay,
27. 27. You got to try for 26, man.
Well, 26 is in Indiana.
Yeah.
Ooh, you tried to get me out there to the west side. And that's the reason kids are getting.
It's not really to the west.
Think of it this way.
It is for me.
It's Indiana in August. Think of it as like going on an air-conditioned vacation.
That's true. It is. That's
Yeah.
true.
You're going to be
Purgatory,
going. It's
which we-
August, and the humidity is less than 92%.
It's
Wow.
87%.
Nice.
Oh, look at me. My hair gets all frizzy.
You might have to wear a long sleeve.
I actually got a long sleeve on today, but I also got the air conditioner set on 72 degrees.
That's warm.
It is warm. Well, it is. It is and it isn't when it's 90 outside. I can't complain. We've been getting really good weather. In the morning is Dave McGibbon. Yeah, you're 10 minutes away from the store. You have to meet us up, man. December the 14th, 11 a.m. We're going to be at Brian's place. But yeah, it's actually cooled off in the morning. It's down to like mid 70s in the morning here. Really nice. This is the time to be in Florida. This in the spring. The spring's got a little more rain. The fall, it kind of dries up, and you got the sun in the afternoon, and it's nice and warm. But the mornings are real nice, a little crispy. We get our 3 days of cold weather about February, January. We'll have some 40, 50 degree days, highs of 40 to 50 degrees.
Yeah, Brian, I did. I was supposed to stop by, and I freaking, by the time I was done checking out of the hotel and everything, I was exhausted. I just wanted to get home. I'm sorry, dude. I was supposed to visit the shop that Monday morning before I left,
No.
but I didn't. I wussed out.
Well, you're going to have an opportunity December the 14th. You just need to get in your car, point it north, and we'll be there.
Pointing it north.
It's a pretty good haul from Pennsylvania to Massachusetts, but it's a farther haul from Florida, so I'm
Yeah.
making the trip.
Yeah, but you're also visiting family, and you're going to be up there for more than a hobby shop trip.
Visiting the family is an excuse to go see all the cool. Yeah, I'm visiting the family, Jason. And all the,
Yeah.
I got other people up there I got to see while I'm there that had the same last name as me or had the same last name as my mom.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Nah, I love my family. I'm really excited because when I go up, my big brothers, I'll have this car done for him, be able to give it to him. I'm really excited about that. He's the one that got me into the modeling hobby to begin with, way back in the day.
Now, does he model, or did he just do it to shut you up?
Well, he did it back then, and he doesn't model anymore. He'll still like if he sees a kit somewhere that he picks up, like the Richard Petty kits. He runs a Northeast modified race car. So if he sees a race car from that he remembers or any of that, he'll pick them up. But I don't think he's building much as he's collecting now.
Well, when he's retired, then he can get back into it, right? Like a lot of guys do.
Right.
Well, hey, I just you wanted to talk about models. There you go. That was my feeling. Was just my
No, I
heart,
get
I
you.
always feel like you guys seem to get a little bit of the shaft.
I get you. And I forget who it was, but somebody mentioned the fact that a lot of the Tamiyas and the Japanese are curbside. A lot of them are, but you can get them that have the motors in them as well. And again, and I'm not trying to pick on car model guys, and I'm certainly not being mean, but we gotta come off our wallet. If you want something that's got more detail, you gotta pay for it, man. I mean, that stuff costs money to make, and we gotta come. The Hobby Lobby 40% off thing is great, right? You go down, you get a kit that you have, but that's what you're getting, a 40% off kit. Where if you go to, you go to Mini Art and buy a rubber tired military truck of some sort, you're probably going to pay what, 60, 70, maybe $100 for it, but you're going to have something that's going to give you
Hours, days, weeks.
Yeah, depending on your build schedule, is going to give you a lot more. It's going to be a lot more challenging, and it's going to be something that you can work on for a while, and it may not be a 67 Mustang or whatever, but it's still going to be something that you work hard on and built. Glenn brought up the Mobius kits. Mobius is really good about their kits. So they've got, as far as detail goes in cars, they're right up there. I mean, Mobius to me is right behind Tamiya in my choice of manufacturers. The problem with Tamiya is for me anyway, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut anybody off, but for me, the American stuff, Tamiya doesn't offer the American stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are dealing with an American audience. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, like this is like we are broadcasting right now, and probably not too many Eurocentric folks or the Japanese crew. But, you know, Aoshima, I don't know if anyone's built them yet, but Aoshima is trying to Gundam car kits because they've come out with that whole Snap Tight line. And I talked to one of the distributors up here, what, don't I have a name?
no, they
No,
don't.
he doesn't know who you are. This is
doesn't know who you
Frank
are.
Donati.
Frank Donati. Come on, Jason. We
Jason,
go
this
way
is
back,
Frank
man.
Donati.
Years ago. Yeah, forgot
Who's
about it.
Jason Rothcup and Frank Donati?
Right?
But Aoshima's got car kits that are snap tights, and I talked to the guy who owns Lightspeed. So in Canada, Lightspeed is Aoshima's big distributor, and they've been pushing those. But they're trying to Gundamize car kits, right? And I had a look. I opened the box up on a few of them, and pretty cool. I'm pushing them as a gateway drug for people who want to get into modeling, right? Like I'm an armor guy. But I mean, I can give you references for, you know, I can tell you where to go for cars and for planes a little bit.
Right.
And the Aoshimas, I think it's cool because we've talked about the fact that, you know, once you build a Gundam kit, then you basically go, why can't my kits in my genre be just like this, you son of a bitch, right? Sort of thing. So some guys are interested in some, as we used to call them up here, Jap scrap, recycled Coke can, rice burning pieces of shit. You're more than capable of purchasing a few of those. And see, Rob Altus. I just built an Aoshima police car, and it was a nice build as a slump buster. See,
Yeah,
that's what we call a palate cleanser too.
yeah.
Right.
The fitment on that Japanese stuff is just outstanding, and that's why I like Mobius because their fitment is really good. But Brian's very right in that some of the Mobius stuff has its issues. The ramp truck, the ramp was warped, and I've yet to build a Mobius kit that I didn't have arguments with the glass. The clear glass in them just does not want to fit correctly.
No,
And Dave, that Mobius Pro Touring Comet is on my list as well. I've been kind of holding out a little bit, waiting for Robert to show up. I received a package in the mail, and I'm going to give him a little bit of time. But my friend Robert sent me something in a box that says "Do not" or "Open Live." So I'm kind of waiting for him to get in here and see if he's going to be around. I'm going to open up this. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's in this box. Right, this guy, great guy. I was talking 2 weeks ago. Like I think it was 2 weeks ago. And I was talking about I got into the photo etch with this tank, and I don't have any photo etch shears. And I was talking to Riv and a couple of the guys over there, and they gave me some pointers. And turns out that Robert sent me the exact same stuff that y'all were talking about. So I was like, cool. Yeah, that's exactly why you don't recognize him, Jason. He did shave his beard.
Yes, for the cancer treatment. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. My dad did that. My dad shaved his head and his beard, and he was working at a mall. He owned a store, and he goes into the hairdressers, and they're like started to tease him about being completely bald. And he just basically said, well, the chemotherapy. And then he made all of them. He shamed them all. And then he's out. I had to get fit tested. If any of you have ever had to wear a respirator, had to get a fit test. So I had to go nude. And my wife does not like it. So,
the first time I saw it, I was like, woo, that's different.
yeah,
You kind of remind me of when Daffy Duck would have his bill shut off.
exactly. Duck season, rabbit season. Yeah, I was, and I was not pleased because I got my corporate headshots done the day after. So now for the rest of my career with this company, my headshots are all going to be au natural.
Beard free.
Yeah, when the real man shows up. That's my Brazilian look. Now I'm going back to wilderness man.
His face.
I need to break up the monotony of my face, according to my wife. So,
What about Airfix kits, guys? Have y'all ever built an Airfix kit?
I have, but I'll tell you, the last 10 years, Airfix has really become a renaissance in their fits and their design work.
for
They're really-
aircraft.
For aircraft. I mean, I don't know about other stuff, but their aircraft, I hear nothing but good things about.
They recently re-released a bunch of armor kits in 35th scale, but they're all basically like Italeri repops, and those were shitty kits to begin with. So their aircraft they've got some aircraft they've come out with. The Ferry Gannet kit is apparently a rock star of a kit. I think the Sea King was a real popular kit that recently came out.
Yep.
But as far as their vehicles go, I've never built anything. I've heard some bitching about the Land Rover, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've not. They got a lot of Snap stuff, but the one again going back to the Jeep thing, the one Jeep that I want a model kit of is the new Gladiator, the 4-door, basically the 4-door truck.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that's producing anything like it is Airfix, and I personally never dealt with them. Even if I could just get the body and the the grill and the actual body pieces in the interior, I could make the suspension and build a chassis for it. But I need to look at those. But I've never built them. I know they definitely go across the genres as far as airplanes, and they build a little bit of everything or make a little bit.
Yeah. Somebody I know, they just did the it's a rescue boat for the like their version of the Coast Guard. I can't remember what it's called. A couple of guys I know built it. Luke Carswell from the Black Rifle model group, he built it. Great kits, but like I'm an armor guy, and I've built a couple of their armor kits, and I'm not pleased. The plastic is shitty. But what I do like what Revell's doing is they're doing a lot of stuff, like you said, the Snap kits, and then coming out with like kits that have the tweezers, a bit of glue, some paint to try to, they're basically rolling the doobies for the kids to get them into the gateway. Right?
Right.
Here, try this one, son. I already prepared it for you. There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
This one's
they are.
blueberry flavored.
They're trying to make a one-stop shop for you.
And I applaud them for trying. I mean, you know what? Anything that's going to help with the marketing, of course, right? You look at like AK, right? They've got a massive presence for their products on Instagram, right? They had this wacky girl that was doing a lot of the stuff. She's all tattooed up and stuff, but she was showing their product. She's an artist. She's left. They've got a new one, but it's still going strong, right? I like AK products. I'm sure the auto guys, a lot of them will use probably AK products also, at least, the ones that aren't using Rust-Oleum, but it's sorry,
Justin heard his name. What?
Justin heard his sponsorship name, so he's like, "What?
Sponsorship.
10% off. Don't look now, guys, but the Blue Ox Model Shop is in the chat.
Is he really, or is it just you typing to yourself?
No, you can always tell when I do it because when I
going
do
on,
it,
Jason?
both our names come up.
True.
Jason, how dare you leave this sumbitch unsupervised? What the hell is
Right?
wrong with
What
you
is
guys?
wrong with you?
What were you thinking?
His peace bond says that he's got to have at least 3 adults, and this is the best he can come up with.
Right, I had to pick you three. Well, I just knew having Frank and Tooch on and being able to get a word in edgewise would be great for them. I actually like to hear what they sound like, other than, "Hey, Frankie, he's the producer. Show me that picture, Frankie. I want to see that picture, Frankie. What do you think, Frankie? It doesn't matter what you think, Frankie."
I'm surprised he hasn't made himself known in the chat.
Not today. He's been in here before. He sneaks under something googly juggles or something. Juggles googly.
Juggy Gales.
Oh,
Juggy
yeah.
Gales.
Yeah.
It's from back in the day. The Jerky Boys.
Yeah, the Jerky
If
Boys.
you're old enough to remember the Jerky Boys and all the crank calls,
I do.
that was one of the characters, Juggy Gales. And like everybody famous grew up in the town that Rob lives in. So
Right.
like Frank Sinatra grew up there.
Sure.
Richard Nixon grew up there. Hell. I mean, Neil Armstrong grew up there.
Right.
Hell,
Rob,
Mike,
Rob.
you're semi-famous on this show. So
I
you
probably
grew up
came.
there, too.
I probably grew up there in Long
You
Island.
probably came from there too.
I think Tom Shorty Sanders said it right. Just don't say his name 3 times.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I gotta move a couch.
Oh, good time.
No, it's actually pretty calm, Jason. All hell ain't broke loose yet. I think we lost a bunch of guys when we started talking about tanks and aircraft, but you know what? It's part of the hobby. We love it. And we're actually building a tank here too. So, Brian's telling on us. Brian, you're not supposed to tell on us.
I mean, after all, like Ford and Chrysler did build the Shermans. They were under
did.
license.
Yeah, they were
And
right.
General Motors and Ford built, and then AMC built the Jeeps under license. So you
Yeah.
do get
Yeah, you get it.
All those
They're
Cadillac
there.
motors.
Yeah, Cadillac built. Who did the Chrysler did the multi? What was the engine they built? That they ended up putting in one of the tanks. The multi.
They built it. They
Yeah.
built the Hemi first. They built that's where they came up with the Hemi for the cars. Was their military background when they built a Hemi for aircraft.
Yeah.
So they took that technology and rolled it over into the street Hemi that became the first one in the DeSoto and all that. But yeah, they used that technology. Obviously, less cylinders, less displacement, but same fuel and cylinder design.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to convince Iceman that he should do some 135th scale Sherman engines and some Tiger engines. He would break into that freaking armor market because there would be guys that would buy that shit to super detail the engine compartments of their Ryefield Shermans.
I would rather have a 1/16 scale or 1/24 scale.
Well, yeah,
engine just to detail the engine and put it on a cradle.
Sure.
Yeah,
especially you get the Chrysler multi-bank engine, which is like that thing was the most efficient engine built during that period.
Well, what's that jet engine that goes on the Huey helicopter?
Crap.
Say it, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
It's because it's turbine blade. My mother worked on those blades, on the engine blades.
The Lycoming T53.
Yeah, the Lycoming.
Okay, so Lycoming, I remember. Now, you guys from the Discord turned me on to a company in the Ukraine. I believe it's the Ukraine.
ResKit.
That makes RevKit. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Our good friend Matthew at MCV Products produced a tractor puller. Now it had 3 of those engines on it. Right now, his are part of the print, so they're not near as detailed as those Ukrainian motors. And I brought that up to say that you can cross them over and do all kinds of different, make them fit in cars, or like you said, build one on the bench. But if he can, those motors were $30 a piece plus shipping from Ukraine. If Iceman was to make something like that and, came in, even if he came in at the same price market and didn't have to wait 3 months to get it, it's the same, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like anything else. You got to weigh what you want to do compared to what's going to sell. You get the time cost money.
Oh, and I get it. Like I said, I really do think that there would be quite a few guys that would be going after words. The words. They'd be going after the words that I'm trying to find. and would definitely support that kind of 3D print and design.
I'm sure.
But
he does a lot where he does that's different from some of the other 3D printers is he does a lot of figures, really cool figures. I mean, he does a lot of that stuff. So,
and I only went after him for that because he was the one that I first found when getting into doing cars again. You know what I mean? So
Joel's a great guy. I was a sponsor of my personal channel for a long time. He's gotten away from doing that. He's shifting gears and doing other stuff, but I can still call him up, ask him questions, see what he's got. He's, when I first ran up on this file for the modified, he sent me one and, trying to figure it out. And I ended up cutting it up so bad that I learned from it, but I ended up cutting it up so bad that I couldn't use it. But what a great guy. And most of what I call the big 3, which is Josh from BCG, Joel from Iceman, and of course my good friend Matthew from MCV Products. I call those guys the big 3, at least in the automotive side. All those guys are just really they're one of us, right? They're just great guys.
Yeah, they're just dudes that do some stuff that other dudes like.
Right.
Well,
with Matthew, he's only an hour and a half from me, so where the other guys are on the West Coast, but so I get to hang out with him more. He goes to a lot of the same shows that I go to. But JaxCon this year, for those of you that are in the Southeast or coming to JaxCon, I actually will have a table this year at JaxCon selling VCG products. So we're excited about that. At PamsCon this year, I was selling Matthews products. So looking forward to that, getting that stuff out there for everybody. Glenn King said Fred Henry should do a 67 Chevelle Pro Street tank with his leftover
yeah.
bodies. Tooch and Frank, you guys, man, we talked to Fred earlier. Fred is famous for buying the 67 Chevelle model kit, and he uses the back half out of them and will Pro Street just about anything. And he's probably, I think I watched a podcast that he was on. And he has like 67 of those kits alone, just that kit.
Jesus.
And it's a running joke in the community that if there's a 67 Chevelle around, you better scoop it up because Fred's going to get it. And if they ever stop producing them, Fred's going to have the market cornered.
Yep. We got guys like that in the hobby when it comes to stuff like Sherman tanks and things like that. Yeah.
Wait, there's seatbelts in the 69 Camaro?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, but not a 3-point, just a lap belt.
Just a lap
Right.
belt, yeah.
Okay.
Lap belt.
It's a decal. I'm gonna make them out of lead foil.
You can do that, or the Edward ones are really good for racing type seat belts, but I use those exclusively on my race car builds. Those things are really, really cool. Man, I'm waiting for Robert to show up. I really want to see what's in this box, but I don't want to open it if he's not in there.
You know, we're looking. We're an hour and 15 in. I think.
Know, right?
I think you
Give it 5 more minutes. Give it 5 more minutes.
five more
more
minutes, and I think you've done the good friend deed for the day.
It's
And then you need to open that shit up because
I got to see what's in there. I'm
Right.
excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
and remember, this is live now, but it's
Yeah,
going
you
to be
watch it
available on YouTube after.
Right, you can watch it. It's usually right after we sign out. It's up on the YouTube channel. So, 2 buckles. What's in the box? I know, Dave. That's what I'm wondering. What's in the box? You guys can see it behind
Edible
me.
underwear.
Could be edible.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Cherry panties?
Yeah. Tastes like
I
a
probably-
red snapper.
I probably should have opened it to make sure that it isn't a smoking pile of dog poop. Maybe I said something to make him mad. And he's going to send me a pile of dog poop. I don't know.
No, you would have smelt it by now.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Unless he has it on dry ice.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't feel like this.
Justin's using the gray cells
Right.
all the time.
Justin's like, listen, I've done this before. Here's the proper steps.
Here's how we're going to offend you.
All right, he's got 3 minutes. When we've been into this an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to tear open that box and see what's in there. I'm excited to see what it is.
You do it, Big Daddy. You do it.
That's it.
Hey, I'm Big Daddy. Come on now.
It's right, you
Oh,
are,
sorry,
big
I forgot my place.
You're not used to being able to talk, right, Tooch?
What? I'm good at listening.
We're just gonna wait till these minutes pass. I'm
Yeah.
waiting.
You know, you get the ones with the like the hard candy, like the
Yeah, like Smarties on a rope.
yeah, Smarties on a rope.
David Gibbons says, that's what I should have sent Justin, candy panties.
Fruit
Yeah,
just
just,
roll ups. He's gonna need it.
Fruit roll-ups. Yeah, but you know what, though? The problem is with those big girls, they put that thing on, you walk in and be like, I can't eat all that. I'm on a diet. You trying to give me diabetes?
All the time, son. All the time.
yeah, Justin. Yeah, what's up with that, Dave? Justin was sharing earlier that you sent him a bag of candy. I mean, you know, there's 2 fat guys on this show, right?
Yeah, we need to
All
work.
right,
that.
you got 1
You know
minute
what?
left.
We need to stop going to Tamiya and AK. We need to start going to frickin' Cadbury and
And Hershey's.
yeah. Damn it.
They have a great car show out there, like a 1/1 scale. All right, you want a drum roll?
I am. He's got 40 seconds. He's got 40 seconds, so I'm going to wait.
Mikey, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Right, roll that beautiful bean footage. Should I come in?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to see if I switch my camera to my top camera, but I think it's going to be a little too close. Let me find my cursor.
You
here.
might be better looking from the top down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I got a camera for that.
I'm sure you do, big boy. I'm sure you do.
You don't have a mirror on this ceiling.
Oof, it's a little off. Let me see if I can get it out here.
Oh yeah, you ready?
Whoa.
We're ready.
Look at that.
Survey says.
All right, you can see it right there. To be open live
Yep.
on the
The
Sunday
seal has not
build.
been broken.
The The seal
You
has
are
not
trying.
been broken.
Seal has not been broken. It reminds me of that time I was talking to Mikey about if he ever saw the UPC code on his condoms. He said, "Nope." I said, "That's because you don't roll it down far enough, son."
God damn.
That's the truth. All right, so here we go. Nope.
This is well packaged.
Oops,
Paper.
okay, we'll start with this.
Oh,
Is it?
What
Is
we
it
got
a
here?
suppository?
Oh,
jewel picker.
Ooh,
That's
those are
cool.
helpful for picking up those parts you drop on the floor.
Yep.
Now the photo etch parts. He actually
Oh,
gave me
here,
one of
better.
those at the show.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really
All
good. It's
right.
kind of like a sticky bulby end at the end of it.
Well, that'll save my back a lot of work. I've been using the other sticky bulby end that I have.
And by the way, if anyone wants to get something like that, you can also buy wax pencils. They work really good
Yep.
for picking up
Yeah.
that stuff too. Oh, there's a note in there. Dear Mike, I still feel shame from that Saturday night we spent together. I showered and I showered. And I
He's
cannot
not from the
recall.
South. He doesn't have a Southern accent.
All
Doesn't
right,
have
so
to-
Just sounds better.
It's because of you that I realized cucumbers are a memory aid.
Oh, fuck.
All right,
Jesus.
Robert.
Stuck it in my butt. I will never forget that.
I should have read that after I opened it up. So I want to pretend I didn't read it, but he just told me what it was. Oh,
Look at
check
the light.
it out!
at the
Check
light.
it out!
What am I
Look
get
at
a
that,
tank?
here we can see it.
It's a white box.
Is it that
Oh!
glare too much?
Oh wow, you got
Hang
one
on,
of
let me get
those.
the box out of the way.
Yeah,
Oh, the
man.
Edward. Oh, the new Edward stuff is so nice.
Yeah.
The limited edition Edward P40N Warhawk. And that
Hold it
was-
on an angle. I can see your lights.
Well, that's too
There.
much.
Oh, look
There
at
we
that.
go. There we go.
Oh,
That's the
got a
one that
lot of
has the
detail.
has all the markings on it that commemorate the 15,000th build.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you'll
nice.
notice he got you the IPMS Nationals edition.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is really, really cool. I talked earlier about the connection to, I think we talked online, my connection to my girl is her maiden name is Curtis. She is actually related to Glenn Curtis, the guy that started, was the motorcycle guy and the aircraft guy, right? Glenn Curtis was behind all that. So this is really, really cool. Robert, I appreciate that. There's also something else in here. Another box. Let me go ahead and get
Wait,
this.
there's more.
This one's really going to have some drama to it because it tells me on the end what it is.
Don't look, just open it.
Don't look. All right, so here we are again. Is that too dark, guys? No, you can see it, right?
No, we're good.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
All right, so here we go. This box has no markings on it. I'm going to assume
It's
that
a white box edition. I can only imagine.
Ooh, the white
That means
box,
it's got no instructions, no decals.
right?
A little teddy, you know,
Oh my god.
silk underwear.
Strawberry flavored
I
underskin.
like it. I
He
like it.
didn't
All right, let's see
Mike
what we
looks
got.
good in chartreuse. So
works well with his complexion.
yeah. Well, then he looks like a big old fish lure, and I like that.
As long as it is a banana flavored, I'm not a big banana guy.
No, you're not. I'm sorry to hear.
No,
that.
we know
Oh,
you got a little
check
bit
it
out.
guys.
Oh,
It's
it's another aeroplane.
Well, it's additional pieces for this one, is what it says.
Oh, okay. So it's the
parts and
Overtrees.
pieces for this one. Here, let me see if I can turn that back on. That
What was
glare
that you
is
said,
low.
Dustin?
It's the Overtrees.
Okay.
So at Amps or at IPMS Nats at the Edward booth, you could actually go and buy just the sprues that you're missing or you want to have extra sprues of.
Yeah. Yeah.
100% right.
There you go. Overtrees. Look at that.
Overtrees. That is way cool. Way cool. Of course,
Does that
my
mean you can build two of them?
my ran out of talent light is starting to blink just a little bit, but
That's all right. Mike, I've got one of Edward's the Royal Boxing, I think they call it, of
Okay.
the P40E that they released earlier this year. So we can definitely do a buddy build. We can throw that into the buddy build calendar.
sweet. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Justin.
Yes, sir.
Justin.
You got one
Remember
too?
you and your buddy build issues.
I know, I'm an addict. That's why I said the calendar.
That's a beautiful kit, Mike. That I'm not an airplane guy, but I can appreciate a quality kit. And
Yeah, that's a
like
really
I
nice
would
kit.
never buy it because I wouldn't be able to do it justice. So
Edwards aircraft kits over the last 5 or 6 years have really been knocking the socks off of people.
Yeah.
That thing looks really cool. Robert, I'm going to get your last name wrong, but Seitz, Seits. Thank you so much, Robert. We waited for you to try to be in here. Hopefully you're watching it on the rerun. That is awesome, man. It's definitely going to test my skills because I've never built anything that like that before, but I'm excited about doing it. And this jewel picker thing's pretty cool. It's got a bulbous end and a non-bulbous end, which we'll refer to the Mikey end, and then the Frankie end is what we'll do.
Oh, you know it's good is for you can strategically pick boogers from your nose and not look like.
And it's funny
I'm seeing some congrats to Tim. I'm sure he did.
It says he got a chip and an invitation to go to the IPMS Nats.
Nice, congrats to Tim. He is an amazing builder, man.
Not if you ask him. If you ask
him,
I know.
He'll tell you
worse
otherwise.
than worst.
He'll tell you otherwise, but we know that he is an amazing builder.
Yes, he is.
Well, that's awesome.
Again, that's cool. And having the connection to it with her being a Curtis, that's even more cool. Unfortunately, he started a motorcycle company. He was the fastest guy on the beach on 2 wheels for a long time.
What was the name of his motorcycle? Forgive my ignorance.
I forget the name of it. Was a motorcycle he built. There's a company out now that still builds motorcycles under the Curtis banner.
Yeah,
but they build a lot of electric motorcycles, which he was an innovator for his time, and I guess electric is innovation now. But there's no family ties to it. As far as the Curtis family, they just bought the name. But back in the day, he was like when he was around about the same time as the Wright brothers, right? So he did a lot of innovation and he was really a bigger name in aircraft after the Wright brothers, did the first one. But the Wright brothers had and I'm going to say it wrong, but they had a patent on the ailerons that steer the plane. Is that right?
Sounds
so
right.
they had a patent on that, and so basically, if you had a plane, if you built a plane of your own and it steered, then you were stealing their patent, no matter how you did it. And he worked around that and figured out around that and went to court with them and all that stuff. But he was producing a lot of stuff for the military, and his planes were like some of the earliest planes to do cool stuff. Like his plane was the first plane to fly for an hour and a half or like 2 hours, something like that.
Mike, it's just Curtis. He built a V8 motorcycle.
Yeah.
And it set the record for 136 miles per hour.
In what, 1930 something, 20 something?
No, 1907 on Ormond Beach in Florida.
Yeah. The dude was amazing.
Ballsy.
Air-cooled V8 on a motorcycle. A V8 on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Yep. The dude was just way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time.
You gotta respect that.
Mm-hmm. Wing warping. Okay. I knew I'd say that wrong, Lance, but I knew it's something to do with a critical part you had to have, and without it wouldn't fly. But they had that brand on there. So, but he was one of the first ones that took his plane over to Europe and was flying and racing against those guys over there, which was really cool.
There was the Curtis Jenny. That was one of the first aircraft that the military used
in mass production. And they were ready to send them over, and the war ended.
That's one that I want to do. I want to do a little Barnstormer vignette with a Curtis Jenny with some faded old military World War I markings on it. Pilot leaning out, waving to a family, looking at him as he's nose diving over to their barn.
It's because of that mass production of that plane that after the war they started air mail service because they had so many of those planes.
Yeah. And then the Pitcairns got involved with the mail wing, and we've got one of those in a local museum here, a Pitcairn mail wing.
I went to there's a motorcycle museum in North Carolina, in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. The guy had a show. He was on with the Picker Show a few times.
Yeah.
The Wheels Through Time. And we went up there and talked to the gentleman that started that. Has died, but his son is big part of it now, runs it or whatever. And we went up there and was talking to him, and she introduced herself and told herself about her relationship to the Curtis family. And he had one Curtis bike up there that we went over and looked at, and this dude was like, I'd love to have the V8 Curtis or his record setting Curtis. And he was really versed in all this stuff, told her things that she didn't know about him and the things that he had done.
It looks like his V8 survives. It's in the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Smith. He said it was in maybe Air and Space Smithsonian.
It's in the Air and Space in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the National Mall at the National in DC. Oh, I'm gonna have to go down and look at it someday. It's just a beautiful, and it's got the proper tires. You can go tire colors because they don't start putting black tar in them until sometime late 1918 in car tires in the automotive industry.
It's pretty cool, man. My good friend Norm, the Half-Ass Model Garage, is here. What's up, Norm? Ran into him at the show down there. I went to, where was it? Where was I? I'm forgetting now. Down in Orlando, Modapalooza. That was a pretty good show down there. But I'm here to tell you, they could do it in 2 days. They really could. They'd stretch it out over 3 days. So from 7 till 9 p.m. on Friday, you can come in, do all your registration, which I think is great. You're beating the crowd, right? And you get in there, do your registration, and you get first crack at the vendors. Saturday is typical show day, right? People coming in, registering, vendors are set up, typical everyday show. You come back on Sunday, and you get the deals on the vendors leaving, but you have to, if you have anything in the competition pile, you have to come back on Sunday to see how you did, see if you got anything. My personal opinion, I think they could have put like a sticker on our kit, on our card that said, hey, listen, thank you for participating, but you don't need to come back Sunday if you don't want to. I think that would have saved a bunch. But I mean, for me, it was local. But if I had to pay for a room in South Carolina or Georgia somewhere for 3 days to be a part of that show, I don't know.
You'd be a little cranky.
I'd be a little cranky about that, yeah. But I was able to drive back and forth, so it didn't matter to me. But the right patent was for the wing warping, wasn't it? Anything else? I hope we didn't bore them to death with the airplane stuff. But Robert, again, thank you, my friend. I definitely appreciate that. And I'll have to do a buddy build with somebody, Justin.
Just so you have someone to bounce off information.
Right, someone you're going to have to, we'll have to do that live in the Discords when nobody else is around, so you can hear all the new words that I use.
Oh, it's okay. Justin can be discreet.
Right, he is very discreet.
Can I?
Like a ball in a China shop.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be in the other Discord going, this idiot. This
Not
idiot.
at
Doesn't
all.
even know what a
Never.
propeller is.
Never.
It's exciting. Tim got a chip. Okay, I'm just trying to catch back up to the chats here.
Yeah, that's what I'm giving you time, brother. I was going to say I was at Model-Palooza yesterday because there's actually a Model-Palooza up here, up in Saskatchewan, which is not a show per se. It's a 3-day hangout event in Humboldt, Saskatchewan, where anyone out west can come. You can display. There's vending. There's raffle table, and then they've got this big meeting room where everyone sits at tables with lights, and it's like a Discord but live, where they've got, I don't know how many people are there. I mean, when I zoomed in, the room was full, and they just sit there, and you can model 24 hours straight. And some guys have done it, and I think it's a great community building show.
Can you bring a cot?
Right, just stay there.
They want you to stay in the hotel. So,
Oh.
I've thought about that.
24.
I've thought about that, and there's a gentleman on in our world, Ricky. Is it Williams? Ricky Williams, I think his name
Ricky
is.
Bobby.
Ricky Williams, and he did a show that was similar to that. There was no competition. It was all display, hangout, vendors there, And I truly believe a show like that would do really, really well, especially if you can get the vendors to come in, make it a 1 or 2 day show. And people hang out and have fun and
You
not
could
have to
do
worry about-
you could do a display only, which is what some shows do in Europe. They do a display only, so you can sit there and talk about your builds and have fun enjoying just passively enjoying these kits in a different way.
right.
that's what this show does, right? Is it's all about the community, the building, seeing what's out there, and just hanging out for a
Right.
couple of days. And I think I think it's a great idea, especially like Saskatchewan. Once the snow kicks in, ain't nobody leaving home.
Right.
So nice way to build that up. Anyway, you did Modelpalooza. I did Modelpalooza. We didn't meet.
Yeah. We're brothers.
Yeah, we are.
Ricky Wallace, that's right. Ricky Wallace, great guy.
race car driver?
No,
No, it's Rusty.
That's Rusty.
that's
Wallace.
Rusty.
Yeah.
We're dating ourselves.
Yeah, so we keep
Has
it-
anyone done the Oddballs take from Kelly's Heroes?
Yes, I've seen it in the last 10 years. I've seen it at a show where they mount the speaker on.
So
okay.
there's two things. There's an Italeri kit that is the oddball tank.
Yeah.
You can also get the Sherman and then there's aftermarket sets to do the oddball tank. The problem is they're both from like the mid to late 90s. So they're getting harder to find. No one's repopped it. But Oddball's tank is out there. And you can even do the Tiger tank from
Kelly's Hogan's
Kelly's
Heroes.
Heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should know. I've
Kelly's
watched the
Heroes.
movie.
Hogan's Heroes is different.
I said Kelly's Heroes, didn't I?
No. Mikey said.
Oh,
Mikey
yeah.
said Hogan's.
No,
I
I
thought
got
it was Hogan's Heroes. Then. Kelly's
Kelly's
Heroes.
Heroes. I've watched like 30 times. I love that movie. So.
It's a Western set, the tanks.
It is. And it's got some of the finest actors of the late 60s, early 70s. Who loves you, baby?
Kelly Savalas, Donald Sutherland, Clint Eastwood. Who else? Oh, who plays the general?
Carol O'Connor.
Yeah.
Carol O'Connor, the sweetest, most liberal guy in the world. And he plays Archie Bunker. And in a couple of movies, he plays the most crusty general arsehole that you'd ever believe. Right? Like, I just always loved those.
If you didn't know Archie or didn't know Carol, had never seen him as an actor and watched the Archie Bunker show and then turned around and watched The Heat of the Night, that is two different people, completely two different. Hey, Chet, what's up, my friend?
When he did that kid show, he had the show with the young girl. It's one of his last TV series that he did.
that was the Archie show.
Archie's Place. It was Archie's Place, his bar.
Yeah.
The what is it, stepdaughter? No, adopted, I think. Or
And that young lady who is age appropriate now for us, but she speaks like recently. I saw really really highly of her growing up with him and learning from him. So like, just an awesome guy. And then meanwhile,
yeah, it's the Archie Bunker, right? Well, so didn't what's his name? Meathead. What's his Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner.
Yeah. Look what Rob's done in the business. And he tributes a lot of what he learned from Carol O'Connor. So,
yeah.
So I just want to point out that Billboard Builds just called us the JV team.
Really?
we are basically.
we are.
Yeah,
The
we are.
When I had Kelly Coons on here, he called us the C team. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We're the C team.
Oh, I feel better then. I'm
right?
not a C team. I'm the B team.
Well, up here, if it's a hockey talk, it'd be like, are we the house team or are we the rep team? That's what I mean.
Or in basketball, it's the D League, which still doesn't sound good.
Right? No, not at all.
One of my sons played hockey and he was not very good at it, and he says, these guys on the team, they're giving me shit because they're all complaining how crappy I play. I said, son, let me square you away on something here, okay? I said, you're on house. I said, so on house, you're already not good enough to play on rep. I said, and the lowest team is the C team. You guys aren't even on the C team. You're the second C team. So
Right.
everyone on the team sucks. Enjoy that fact. He goes, all right, Dad, thank you.
Now sleep at night.
That's
Nope. After that, he left hockey and karate and everything else, but I still remember that. So yeah, I don't mind being JV.
Some things aren't just meant to be, right? I wanted to play basketball when I was a kid. No,
Yep.
not at 5'6". Not happening.
Nope, I wanted to be the Ron Jeremy of my generation. Never happened.
Not me either. The practice squad. Yeah, we're the warm-up team, but Chet.
Fluffers. That's it, man.
While the
Fluffers.
rest of them are out getting invites to freaking IPMS Nats and shit.
Yeah.
Right? Where
We
are
gotta-
we?
We got to stay home and deal with busted up cars, right, Justin?
Hell yeah.
But hey, if we weren't here, we wouldn't be able to get to hang out with these great guys in the chat. So there you
God
go.
damn
No,
right.
exactly.
I
And
feel
with
like
each
it's
other.
been a while since I got to hang out with my Tooch and my Frankie D.
Yeah.
I have barely any interest in military stuff, but I never miss an episode because so damn interesting. And that
That's
you know
nice to
that
say.
seems to be the norm, right? I was the same way when I to go back with Jason. I heard about you guys through Jason's old podcast, and I went in and I listened. I started listening to whatever episode was fresh at that time. This was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And you guys were maybe into your third or fourth episode. No, you had a good bit of episodes because it took me like a week to get through them all. But I started listening to the very first one. I'm like, no. I stopped it, and I went all the way back to the very first episode to where I could build character development, get to know these guys, right? And Rob Adams wasn't on the first one because he didn't have his mic yet, and then on the next one he was there, and I was able to listen to it. And then again, the topics that you guys are talking about aren't car stuff, and that's kind of my thing. But a lot of what you were saying does translate over, and especially when you're talking about the hobby in general, a lot of that same stuff still fits.
And that's what we try to do.
And it was,
That's
but
what we try
on
to
top
do.
of all of it, it was freaking entertaining, right? We were laughing with you guys and just having so much fun listening along and learning.
You know, Rob says it, and I've agreed from day one, is that, you got to be entertaining, because if you ain't entertaining, no one's going to come back. Because we're talking about models, and there's only so much excitement,
Right.
without getting pathological, that you can kind of build up in the modeling community. So, part of what we do, we know there's a shtick, right? I mean, but the entertainment is part of it, and we like to have fun. Come to the Discord. We're no different. We joke around, like you and I, right? Jesus Christ, Mikey, sometimes you and I get started and other people start to get offended, and that never happens. So,
Right.
or if I get rolling with my other favorite Mike, Mr. Spivey, it goes dark fast. And,
Quick.
Sure does.
but that's the whole point. Justin said it, right? It's we love this hobby. This hobby means different things to the three of us, to the four of us. But it's just a kind of a bit of a way to try to give back and have some fun and share. And I listen to yours. I'm not a car guy. I've listened to you before when I met you. And I've enjoyed, picking up the bits and bobs from that here. I mean, hell, I got a couple of car kits, and I will dive one day when I get over my funk. But yeah, it's the entertainment is part of it, and then the information and just being able to disseminate it and give some contrary opinions perhaps from time to time.
I was able, along with the rest of the guys from the Sunday show, was able to get up on our pedestal and let the sun shine on us, and hear the angels sing when Mr. Steve Santucci said he was going to build a car model on our show. I'm like, we have crested over the hill, fellas. We've made it. We've come to the pinnacle. We've reached the goal. We got Steve Santucci building a car on our show.
But you know what,
One
though?
since Reagan's second term,
Right.
and I think this was the last one I built.
Awesome.
But on the same note, we on the other side of the modeling hobby say the same thing about having you and Tim, Jody, and Jason building a tank.
Yeah.
Kumbaya.
Here we are,
My
Kumbaya.
plastic styrene god.
Like Tooch says now, Tooch changed his sign off, right? To his new signature sign off is build what you love what you build.
Amen.
Right. And I mean, we all prefer to say, see on the flip side, but apparently we're not allowed to. There's a big TM on that one.
Okay, trademark on the flip side.
Yeah. Rob Riv.
Yeah.
Matthew,
I don't pay attention half the time of what he says.
who
And I
does?
said it, and he just went off. I don't know if it made it to an outtake. It should have.
I
Probably.
think it did. I think it made it to an outtake. He lost his shit on you for a little bit.
Yeah,
there.
I did.
That was good.
Matthew Burry, welcome. I think that's the first time I've seen your name in here. He says he's a car builder. We are on this
For the
on
most
this-
part.
Yeah, for the most part, we're car builders here too. Our normal cast is out, so I brought in, was able to bring in some really
Yeah,
good
cast.
all-around modelers and get to get their opinion on here. Every once in a while, it's nice to have a different view. And with Frankie and Steve's background, they both are award-winning, awesome modelers, along with Justin, who is normally on the show. But we're definitely glad to have those guys on here, get some different opinions, right? Stir up the pot a little bit, if you will.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
scrape those crunchy, tasty little bits off the pan
Right.
before we make a gravy. That's what it
oh,
is.
100%. I mean, I judge at shows, and a couple of times I've judged car models with more experienced guys, but they need someone. So I've done the judging with them, and it's always been a fantastic learning experience for me, right? And like, I'll be looking at a kit going like, I think this one's really good. And then the guy who's been doing cars for 40 years, he's like, oh, dude, this is very well built. Like this is like, I can tell you everything he did and it's exceptional. Right. So, you know, like, I mean, I've gone to shows where half the car kits have a thumbprint on the rear deck. So I know where those go. They don't go into the first, second, third, but.
Well, Matthew asked a good question. What is the hardest model kit you have built? Who wants to take that one on first?
I'll take it.
Oh,
Wait,
go ahead,
no,
Tooch.
I'll start. Any resin kit. Let me see. Do I have a resin kit sitting out here? Any resin kit, old school resin kit, where it's not like nice slip mold, like, oh, the car body's solid, you don't have to worry about it. Where you're putting each side, each panel, each component together, and if you don't have it perfectly aligned, yeah, there you go. CMK, notorious, the resin. So
Yeah.
and I built anything Cold War Russian, just throw it out. Just throw it out. Look, I'm gonna save you the pain. You give me the $25, I'll kick you in the nuts. All right. You know, those are some of the hardest kits because they really take a lot of patience, which we don't have. I mean, look at our hair.
Right.
But I think those are the hardest kits. I mean, I know like Frankie might chime in, like mini art. We talk about mini art. I mean, those kits, define hard is so subjective.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the resin kits can be the traditional old school resin kits where you're literally sitting there building the entire vehicle's frame and you're building the entire body from piece to piece. That's difficult.
And you're dealing with crooked resin parts and air pockets and filler, and you got to do your own glass. So it doesn't come with any acetates or nothing. You got to do your own, figure out your windshield stuff. I'll back Tooch up on that in that there's difficult kits. High part count was a thing, especially in the armor world, where like I have a T90, which is a Russian tank for export, and it's got 2,600 parts.
Wow.
But each track is 5 parts. So it's just inflated numbers. Mini art kits are challenging to build only because they have a high part count and they're over engineered. So I'm building this one here, and the problem with it is all these wheel connections are like 10 to 15 parts. I tend to build older models, which people try not to build because those are a challenge because parts always don't fit. Some of the plastic that was used in the 90s is ridiculous.
Radioactive.
Yeah, like I mean, I one kit I pulled out was a Zvezda kit, which is a Russian company. I shit you not, the plastic glowed. Rob Adams will tell you. I was on a chat with him, and I'm like, "Look at this stuff," and Rob's like, "Holy crap, it's glowing!" Right? Yeah. So, yeah.
RPM kit 90.
Oh, I love those kits.
Cold War.
I mean, I think the hardest kit to build is the one you end up getting so angry you throw it out. But challenge comes from what's your medium, and then the quality of the kit. There are new kits that are hard. There are old kits that are hard. I built the DOSWorks Vomag, which is basically a chop top bus with an anti-aircraft gun on it, and I've seen post after post of people that just haven't been able to build it. But to me, that kit was impeccable. I had no complaints on any of it. It was absolutely a beautiful kit that I recommend anyone who wants to do it. But yet, you go look for pictures of it, and besides me and Brandon Porter and another guy, there's almost none of them out there. So that's their difficulty.
Exactly. What about you, Justin?
So I was gonna be Bad Santa, but now it kind of lost its glimmer. I was gonna say the hardest kit I've ever built was a Bandai bottle of Viagra.
Seriously. Oh wait, was it? No, it was the cup of soup, right?
A cup of soup. No, that wasn't the hardest. Actually, I still have that on the shelf. I might do that for the turkey shoot. I would have to say the hardest kit that I've ever attempted would have been a Rodin 72nd scale Gotha BV bomber. I got to the engines and I was like, fuck this.
Rodents
And that was like step one.
Rodin does such great subjects. I have
But does them
the
poorly.
135th scale Rodin Holt tractor, and the fit issues, the mold lines, the misalignments. Let's not even talk about the tracks, the Caterpillar tracks that don't really stay together because they're supposed to snap. Oh, that's a dog.
I did a Rodin artillery piece, same thing, and because the wheels had treads, instead of just molding the treads, they gave you strips of vinyl that you had to glue, and trying to put glue on like vinyl tracks onto styrene.
You don't.
Dog
Seller makes an aftermarket to solve that problem out of resin.
Nice.
What's up, K-Dog? For me, Revell came out with, to bring it full circle and back to cars, Revell came out in, what was it, late 80s, early 90s. They came out with a series called the Saint series, the Saints. They all had the same decal on the bottom. It said, it was a black decal that said Saints in it. They came out with a Camaro, a couple different ones, and one of them was the Henry J. Now, I have several Henry J's that are really nice kits, but this particular Saints kit, somebody used the word over-engineered. That's the word I would say for this. The door opened, and the door was like a 5-piece thing. Like you had to get the door, and then the stuff to open it, and then all the pieces that go inside of it, the door panel. It was just way, way over-engineered. The trunk, same way. Everything was that could have been a 1-piece. They made 5 pieces out of it, I think, in an effort to get the parts count up, but they didn't do very well. All of them were, they were mean. They were tough, man.
And what is that? What is a Henry James? I don't know what that is.
A Henry J. Henry J. is a old
Henry J.
Here's a Henry J. right here. It's the name of a car from the 40s, 50s, I believe. It was actually originally a little grocery getter type car, a little economical car, and they were so small that they were in lightweight that they ended up in drag racing.
I think a lot of times you'd see them over in England as well.
Yeah, the Henry J's.
Okay.
I don't even know who made them, to be honest with you.
I'm thinking it's a Ford, because wasn't Ford's name Henry J. Ford?
He was Henry J. Ford. Yeah. Holy fuck, Justin! How many scotch have you had so far?
All of them.
That's right. You had a beer.
I had a beer.
Yes,
I had a beer.
Those over for me to build this game too.
Justin's on his A game.
Hell yeah, I am. Actually, I before we got going on this, I started dinner. I got a roast cooking. I'm going to make hot roast beef, and oh my god, is it smelling delicious right now? Oh,
but you got about 6 more minutes left, and then you can go tell everybody how great that was.
No, I still have to finish it. I got to make the gravy and all that jazz.
Well, then we'll keep you extra long here to make sure you. I'll stay okay. But K-Dog, I met him at the show in Mooresville. Great guy. Kaiser. Yep, Kaiser was one. Kaiser actually owned AMC prior to, or owned the Jeep brand prior to, if it's the same Kaiser, it's spelled different, but if it's the same Kaiser, they owned AMC or Jeep before AMC did. But
my buddy had an AMC Javelin, the 390, 396. I can't remember what the engine is. And God, I love that thing. He was rebuilding it, like it was running, but he would, like he would floor it, and you could see where the gravel had dug into the asphalt.
Go the high torque motors. Kaiser built the Henry J. That makes sense. Kaiser Fraser Corporation. Yeah. Kaiser is also the guy that owned Jeep prior to AMC. He's the one that came up with the M715 and the military stuff was the Kaiser brand. But Kaiser was one of the last originals, again, from all the conglomerates that got together to make AMC. But we'll leave that alone because last time I took off on that tangent, we were an hour into it and I had to take a breath.
Well, we could do bikes and talk about AMF and what it did to Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
If you want to get angry.
No, we're good there. We're good there.
People forget that. Sorry to bring back the trauma, guys.
Well, on that note, you guys have been here all long enough and done this enough times. We're creeping up. What's up, Jeff Lawless? Hope you're feeling better, bud. Jeff was been in and out of the hospital. Hope he's doing well. But we are creeping up on our last 4 minutes, and as you guys know, we like to give everybody a chance to promote their channels, their whatever they got going on, talk about it, get it out there for the rest of the world. So, Mr. Tooch, do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. So you can find me on Facebook. Yeah, usually I just posted in the Manius what I've done so far with the car kit. But I got Tooch's Scale Oddity page on Facebook, and then you can find me on all the usual Facebook pages I post on. So that's where you can find me.
Sweet. Mr. Frank Donati?
So, I mean, I got my own profile on Facebook, but I do have a modeling page called Big Daddy's Plastic Fantastic.
Best name for a show. Best name for a page ever. Big Daddy, sexy
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
Beast.
Wait till I get T-shirts done.
Right.
That's on Facebook, on Instagram, and again the podcast. And I do hang out.
The podcast. What podcast is that?
That would be the Modeling Insanity podcast.
Oh, where can I find them?
Like-minded individuals with poor vocal control and an ability to have some shenanigans.
Poor vocal control.
Yeah, so that's where you can find me with my stuff.
Awesome. Mr. Justin Ryan.
And as usual, you can find me at Ryan's Random Model Works on Facebook, Instagram, also my own regular profile, Justin Ryan. You always find me hanging out in the Insanity Discord. Not so much the past couple of weeks. I've been busy with work, just made a position change, so I've been occupado, a little tired when I get home. So, but other than that, next Saturday at AAA Hobbies in Magnolia, New Jersey, there is a little local hobby shop contest show. It's not super duper crazy. It's just a fun little get together to expand the store, show off the store, get people in, and show off the hobby. Tooch and I will both be there. And
wait, what did I do last year?
Ooh, Best auto.
Yeah.
Nice.
Best auto.
Motorcycle, 135th scale.
Nice.
So yeah, if you guys, anyone out there is in the area or just looking for something to do on next Saturday, Magnolia, New Jersey, AAA Hobbies, you'll see a bunch of us out there.
You can't complain about spending a couple hours in a hobby shop.
It's always a good time. A couple hours in a hobby shop beats 5 minutes at work.
Yep.
Or with the wife.
Now, I do want to throw out there that prices there are a little more expensive than the Hobby Lobby 40% off.
Jason's asking what time.
It starts at 10 and it runs until about 1 o'clock.
Nice.
I'll be there wearing my Rust-Oleum t-shirt.
Be looking forward to it.
Oh, and what's nice is they'll have a discount table too.
Yes.
Scratch and Den. You can usually pick up some good stuff. And Justin, you didn't tell him, AAA Hobbies is the brick and mortar of the established Mega Hobby online. So if you don't see it on the shelf, you could ask the right person, and you might be able to walk out of it from the Mega Hobby warehouse that sits behind.
Absolutely. Actually, you can actually ask at the front desk.
Yeah.
And they'll go back and find it if it's on Mega Hobby's website. So
Sweet. Well, all right, that it?
And where can we find you, Mike?
You can find me at the here on Sundays from 4 to 6, and of course at my Scale Model Outlaw page. But you can also find us once a month, myself, Jason, Justin, Mr. BG, and our good friend Jody Doyle at the Model Car Mania podcast. You can find that on Apple and Spotify and all of your podcast formats. He's got us smothered all over the place out there. So I got to learn that a little bit better. I know there's a bunch of them, but I know we're on them. So that's all good. And along with the Insanity podcast, you can see those guys there. I want to say thank you to Frankie and to Steve. Thank you guys for filling in for us. Your opinions and your experience are overwhelming and awesome, and great tips. And we appreciate having you guys on here. And of course, anytime we can get Tooch to build a car, there it is. Hang on, Tooch. Hang on. I want to get you up on. I'm going to use Justin's word as embiggen you as soon as I can find my cursor. There you are.
So we're working on the.
Let's see it. Oh, it won't. There you go.
Work. It's so white. Why white?
It is white. Mine whitewashed out too.
Yeah, I know, but I've got the front end mostly built. I got the engine mostly built, except for the chrome stuff. So I got to figure out how to dechrome that stuff. The engine's mostly built, except for the chrome stuff. So I'm building it sub-assemblies so that I can paint it and then start assembling it when the time comes.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice. It's always something, right? And let me see, where did I leave off? Yep, the Car Mania podcast. And obviously on Sundays next week, the regular crew will be back. We'll have Jason, Jody, Tim. They're all out at the show, so we'll have our regular crew back next Sunday. Justin?
Well, that reminds me, if one of you guys want to jump in, I actually have the last MFCA club meeting of the year next Sunday, so my seat will be open.
Well, there you go. Anybody taking that bite?
I think we should let the listeners and the viewers take a poll of who they want.
Oh,
And neither of us will take offense.
Right.
all right. We should have done this 20 minutes ago. Everybody signed off. All right, guys. For those of you that are still here, who do you want to see next week? Do you want the awesome Steve Tooch or the man beast that is Mr. Frank Donato?
Man beast.
I vote for the man beast.
Vote for the man beast. Let's see if there's anybody left to vote. They probably all signed off.
Okay.
Well,
I let
it says 37.
Frankie do it because I might not have a bench next week. So.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
right.
right.
You said you were on.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
all the
always
votes
up for
are in. Neither.
Neither. All the
Thank you,
votes.
Mr. Krager.
All the votes are in.
Someone a
and
little
nobody won.
sexier. Oh,
Someone a little
geez.
sexier.
I'll wear tassels.
Frankie,
Whatever.
Glenn. There you go, Frankie. There's 2 votes for you. You got mine.
There you
And Glenn. You're in.
Man beast because I
Man
want.
beast 'cause I want.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Man beast. There it is. All right.
Oh, you're blowing it away. Oh, look at
Man
it.
beast.
I gotta
been
grow my
quiet.
body hair back. No more waxing.
Dominic's been quiet all day. He had to come in with the man beast. So I was like, I'm catching this before I get out of there.
Drop in the man beast.
Frank, you gotta get the wife to crochet you like a nice man beast hat.
Right?
My daughter.
Your daughter.
To go,
Right.
to go along with your emotional support butt plug.
An emotional support butt plug. If you work with Rob Riv, you too need an emotional support butt plug. Oh, oosa.
Oh
We want-
shit! Hey, we're going out on a high note, ain't we?
Either way, we all win. We want the first Darren back.
Yeah.
Good call.
Oh God, that's a great to Darren. Yeah.
Yeah, Bewitched was Darren, right? Yeah, Bewitched was Darren.
Darren 1 or Darren 2.
Yes. Which dick are we?
Either way, we win.
Dick York, Dick Sargent,
How
Sergeant
do you-
York.
Dave says, "How do you not go with the man beast?" I got to come up with a better nickname for Toots, man. You're getting washed out here, bud.
That's perfect.
We'll
Well,
come
on
up
that
with
note,
something.
On that note, you can expect to see myself, Jason, Tim Ryan, Jody, and the man beast will be filling in next week for us. Till then, y'all have a good one. Be safe. Remember, be kind to each other. And as always, keep on modeling. See you next week.